Isaac, you want to shoot some guns?
No.
Why?
Dude, guns are dangerous. Don't you know that guns are responsible for over 30,000 deaths in the United States annually? According to the CDC.
No way, bro.
Yeah, way.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
I do think that, you know, as the framers of the Constitution put it, you know, they wanted the people to have guns so that they could be brought together to form a militia.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, because we were not, you know, we were subservient to others. We're no longer that.
Yeah.
So I think that the way that it was framed in the Constitution was great for that time frame.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it necessarily. I don't know that it necessarily does. But at the same time, I don't want to take away people's guns. But I would like to make the safety. I would like to make it safe.
No way, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's because of the Second Amendment.
What's the Second Amendment?
It's the right to be able to possess firearms. That's what it means to be American.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the easy accessibility to the firearms has caused damage to the community. It gives individuals the idea that the laws provide protection.
What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, some argue that the Second Amendment not only allows us to possess firearms, it also allows individuals to collect guns in large masses, which also causes damage.
Bro.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
That's insane.
It is pretty insane.
Did you know it was ratified in the Bill of Rights on December 15th, 1791? Did you know that, Isaac?
I didn't know that.
Wow,
Pretty
that's
crazy,
kinda
right?
Crazy, guys.
Where'd you
Whoa.
come from?
That was wild.
All right.
And I have directed the Attorney General's office to immediately go to the great city of Chicago to help straighten out the terrible shooting wave. Want to straighten it out fast. There's no reason for what's going on there.
People should have the rights to own guns for purposes such as hunting. I am concerned about the weapons, the automatic weapons that people have, and how it is so easy to get a hold of a gun. Therefore, I think there should be more restrictions placed on guns, and that they should be more difficult to get, and they should be policed more, because the countries that have stronger gun control have less murders and violent crimes.
How do you provide protection?
Well, protection is a very loose term when it comes to guns. It does allow individuals to protect themselves, but 80% of gun violence is assault, either in gangs, school shootings, suicide, or drive-by shootings in the U.S. alone.
Wow. Chris, how do you feel about that?
Wait, actually?
Yeah, according to Procon.
Are you satisfied with current gun control laws in Illinois?
No, for the reason that I do not think they are tough enough. I don't think they are in Illinois or any other state. I think there's other things that are licensed more than guns are currently, and I think it's just one of those things that, you know what, we live in a very, very stressful society, and where there's high expectations on people. Where it was good in the 1700s, the 1800s. Life has changed so much since then, okay, and I think that's why gun control laws need to be stricter. I see different things happen, such as, you know, beefed up security measures, more patrol of security, a conscious effort to make sure doors are locked, okay, the checking of IDs and things of those sorts.
But Isaac, is gun control the real problem?
See, some argue that gun control will only limit the accessibility to those that possess them legally. There's still a whole other problem with those that get them under the radar.
That is whack.
Yeah, did you know in the case of an illegal exchange, the law places more accountability on the gun purchases than the gun seller?
What the frack?
Yeah, that's true.
I believe gun control is a valid issue, but at the end of the day, I think the real issue is the condition of society and not guns. It's at the end of the day, it's not guns killing people, it's people killing people. And if it's not guns, it'll be something else. So all these mass shootings and everything in recent history, it's a society issue. You need to start there before you start looking at guns.
Citizen, I am not scared at the thought of buying a gun, and that it's very to do. I'm married to a police officer, so I do know that there are laws and procedures put in place and background checks. I think the ways in which people purchase guns illegally, that's more dangerous than going to a firearms store and going through the process of a background check, getting a FOID card, the concealed carry, and then purchasing a gun in that way. It's the people who purchase guns illegally and use them illegally, that is what scares me more than anything.
You know, as a dean, obviously our main priority is the safety and security of everybody in the building. So it's really a double-edged sword. You know, my worry is that if there were guns in the building, and if teachers were armed, God forbid if they were to get into the hands of somebody that, you know, we didn't want them to. But I do think that, you know, we need to maybe look further into possibly having anyone that's ex-military in the building, and we do have some current military teachers and also ex-military, that might be something to look into as far as allowing them to be armed in the building. It needs to maybe be revamped a bit. I do think that a lot of times there are people that get guns and they do harm to others and they're not using it for the right reasons, and I do think that more you know, significant background checks need to be done.
I don't necessarily agree with arming security guards in a school environment. I think that you know, we obviously here at Grays Lake Central have a SRO, Student Resource Officer, that is equipped with the knowledge and the expertise on how to diffuse any sort of conflict that would need a firearm. I don't think that our security guards here physically need firearms on them in addition to having an SRO. Because I think that, number one, I do think our school, for the most part, is a very safe environment for students to come into every single day, and not only students, but for staff as well. I also think that the staff members are have good relationships with students to also diffuse situations before they arise with a student or with a hostile person in general. So Straight up.
Alright, so what does it really mean to be an American?
Well, it's a broad question, and it's hard to interpret it.
Wow, nice. Okay,